It's official. Couth has officially left the coop. Couth, for those of you who do not know, it's about reading the room, for lack of better words, having decorum, understanding the social order of things, context, cultural nuances, all packaged into one. And there's a word for this in Korean that actually doesn't quite translate as equally to English, but the Korean word is called nunchi. But nunchi means being able to suss out the room, act accordingly. The closest definition to this is actually reading the room. I feel like with the rise of social media, we've completely collapsed the context. We're now in a place where having nunchi or having couth has officially become a rarefied skill. And that's what I talk about in this month's The Mailroom. The reason why Person with Job exists is not because of the fact that we are anti-work. Having a job isn't just about having ambition or making an output, but rather how do you grow, how do you thrive while keeping all the good that is part of your humanity within and intact. And I think Couth has completely left the building. Why? As of recently, we've seen a lot of content on TikTok where quote unquote like influencers are coming onto this app complaining about things that truly, frankly, does not really fit into the narrative of the everyday people's experience. When people are having a hard time affording groceries, we have influencers like Jaclyn Hill coming online complaining about the fact that nobody's watching her videos. The internet had a lot to say about that. Just to pivot this a little bit and make it contextually relevant to the job market, I see this happening right now professionally. First and foremost, as much as I want to advocate for you, for myself, to make a little more, we need to read the room. The economy is not good. Even though the economy data has been coming out with the fact that we've been upholding that 3% inflation rate and job numbers aren't as bad, everyday people are feeling the pain. And so right now is honestly not the best time to ask for a raise. It's not the best time for you to be advocating yourself for this way. There's other ways in which you can do that, which is how do you build social capital? How do you read the room in terms of making yourself invaluable to the business or your bosses, that you are going to be the one that's going to be kept? Again, there's a time and place for everything. And right now is not the time to be raising your hand and saying, I will not be working unless you pay me this much. And I've seen this with even my client and with my business, where I recently actually parted ways with my partner. And a lot of it had to do with the fact that we couldn't land and agree on a business model in terms of payment. In the future, having Couth, being able to read the room, will be a rarefied skill, as I mentioned, to helping you stand out, because it's about being strategic. It is not about being quiet. Being quiet is not the goal here. It's about being at the right place at the right time with the right skill sets. You can only pick that up when you can read the room. Talk more about this in my newsletter. It is linked in my bio. What else have you been seeing that is lacking Couth? Please leave it in the comments, and we'll see you next month in the mailroom. Bye!